Good day, students. Today we shall deal with a poem written by Christina Rossetti, who is best known for her mystic religious lyrics. The name of the poem is Uphill. This poem is a dialogue between two people and is paralleled with life. Christina Georgina Rossetti was an English poet who wrote a variety of romantic, devotional, and children's poems. Some of the poems that she wrote are Goblin Market and Remember. Rossetti is regarded as a major Victorian poet in English literature. Christina Rossetti was brought up in a very religious family, and this religious influence is a great factor in this poem, which explains life and heaven. The poem is metaphorical in nature, which means that one thing is compared to another. In regards to this poem, life is compared to a journey to uphill. Walking uphill is challenging. Life is also challenging. The poem, which has Christian emphasis, is consoling and encouraging, suggesting that although life may be long, hard, sometimes dark and difficult journey, peaceful rest in heaven lies at its end. Now, please take page number 63 of your textbook and listen as I recite the poem. Uphill, written by Christina Rossetti. Does the road wind uphill all the way? Yes, to the very end. Will the day's journey take the whole long day? From morn to night, my friend. But is there for the night a resting place? A roof for when the slow dark hours begin? May not the darkness hide it from my face? You cannot miss that inn. Shall I meet other wayfarers at night? Those who have gone before. Then must I knock or call when just in sight? They will not keep you waiting at that door. Shall I find comfort, travel sore and weak? Of labor you shall find the sum. Will there be beds for me and all who seek? Yeah, beds for all who come. Now we shall look at the first stanza of the poem. Does the road wind uphill all the way? Yes, to the very end. Will the day's journey take the whole long day? From morn to night, my friend. So, as I said in the beginning, the poem is a dialogue between two people. It is made up of questions and answers. The question and answer form is common in devotional writing because it encourages the reader to contemplate his or her response to the question. The question is asked by the traveler who is confused and nervous about the long journey. So he or she asks a series of questions to the guide. The guide addresses the narrator as my friend, which is also what Christ used to call his disciples. And the guide answers him patiently. So the traveler asks the guide whether the road or the path of life is winding uphill all the way, whether there are twists and turns on the uphill all the way, which means, is it filled with difficulties all the way till he reached the end of the journey? So the guide replies, yes, to the very end. Till the end of that uphill, the journey would be difficult. There would be twists and turns. Then he asks whether the day's journey take the whole long day, whether it would take the whole long day to complete his journey. So the guide replies, yes, it would take from morning to night, and he calls him my friend. We know that nothing is easy to achieve. It takes a lot of effort or hardship to reach what we have aimed for, right? But all those hard works of ours would be definitely rewarded in the end. So life is actually a long journey which has so many obstacles or barriers for us, too many disappointments or hurt, but still we continue our journey with great confidence and determination that finally we would be rewarded as we deserve. For example, we all may have traveled to Munnar, which is one of the most stunning and enchanting hill stations. Though the journey to Munnar is quite exhausting for some, once you reach there, you will be adorned by the beauty of the rolling hills, gurgling rivers, beautiful waterfalls, and it will turn out your journey as extremely memorable one, right? Likewise, the journey of life is also filled with a lot of difficulties, but finally when you reach the destination, it would be beautiful. But is there for the night a resting place? A roof for when the slow dark hours begin? May not the darkness hide it from my face? You cannot miss that inn. Now, in the second stanza, the traveller asks whether there would be a resting place for him at night. Would he get any accommodation for the night? And the guide assures that he will find a roof or shelter when the slow dark hours begin. Slow dark hours begin means when the night begins. The resting place in this line holds a double meaning. As per the literal meaning, the speaker is looking for a place to rest for the night before continuing his long journey on the next day. In other way, resting place can also be referred as a grave, a resting place before the judgment day. Hope you all know about Judgment Day. Judgment Day is the day when every person who ever lived will stand before God for the confession of his deeds, where we will be assessed by God or judged by God. In the third line, we can see that the traveller asking doubtfully, may not the darkness hide it from my face? The traveller asks whether the darkness would hide this roof from his face. But the guide assures that he cannot miss that inn. Now, in most literary uses, the light and darkness symbolizes two comparisons, that is, good and evil as well as knowledge and ignorance. So the traveller wonders whether his wickedness or ignorance will hide the resting place or the roof from his sight. But the guide assures that he would not miss that inn. So the inn may represent the death which provides an opportunity for rest in the long journey of the traveller. Shall I meet other wayfarers at night? Those who have gone before. Then must I knock or call when just in sight? They will not keep you waiting at that door. So, in the third stanza, the traveller asks the guide whether he would meet other wayfarers at night. Wayfarers is a word of Germanic origin, in which way means path and farer means traveller. So, he asked whether he would meet other travellers at that night. And the guide replies that he would meet those who have gone before through that path. Now, the act of knocking on the door represents the Christian confession of sin and the need of forgiveness before admittance into heaven. So the question indicates the person's underlying fear whether the door would be locked for him because of his wickedness or ignorance in his life. But the guide gave a very calm and clear answer that the door will open immediately, allowing him to enter, and he would not have to keep standing at that door. Shall I find comfort, travel sore and weak? Of labour you shall find the sum. Will there be beds for me and all who seek? Yeah, beds for all who come. So in the final stanza, the traveller asks whether he would get comfort after a long, tiring journey. The traveller must be in the state of travel sore, right? Travel sore means the person must be feeling very tired after a long difficult journey. So the guide replies, "Of labor you shall find the sum." Of labor means one receives comfort equal to the amount of labor he had done during his lifetime, based on how well he had lived his life on earth. That means based on the good and bad things that he had done in his life, he would be rewarded at the end. Then the traveler asked whether there would be beds for him and for all who seek. Seek means for all who ask. So the guide replies that there is plenty of beds for all who have successfully made the journey to the uphill. Now this point speaks to the fact that life is a constant struggle and challenge. Those who are able to succeed at passing the uphill journey will be rewarded by having a place where they will be able to rest. For some, this inn represents heaven, where the angels will welcome the newly dead in. Others may attribute the inn to metaphorically represent the ground which opens to accept dead bodies. The poem speaks to the questions one has regarding life and the unknown. Still, it is mysterious. We don't know what would happen after our death, right? Though we have some religious beliefs, no one can come and tell us this is what happens after death. We have only some religious guidance about the life after death. So, through this poem, the poet gives us the message that while life is hard and challenging, there is a reward in the end. The poet encourages us to continue our long journey of life with strong faith that one day we all would get a reward or relaxation at the end of this journey. Hope you all have understood, children. Thank you.